Hello, friends. Oh, I miss you guys so much. That's all I have to say. I miss you guys. I miss your smiles. I miss your giggles. I miss your stories. I miss all of it. I miss you guys so much. But on to business. Today, we're going to do some stars in a jar. So, for this craft activity that we're going to do, some of these things you may have around your house, some of them you may not. That's okay. If you don't have them, you can do your best to see what you do have to be able to make this work. First off, you're going to need a jar. This is an old pickle jar. My son loves pickles, so we have lots of pickle jars around here. I use them for lots of different stuff. But today, I'm going to do stars in a jar with it. So I have my jar. Got some black construction paper, which I cut to size, which I just set my jar down on the table and I set it off to the side and I just marked it with a pencil, a white pencil. You can actually still see my little line right here on the top. And I just cut along the line so that way I know that my paper can go on the inside of my jar. So we got our jar, we got our paper. I did black because a night sky is black, and that's what we're going for. Now you're going to need a white crayon or a white pencil. It's really the only thing that we're really going to see on this piece of paper. And then I have a pen. And the pen's going to be to help me make my circles a little bit bigger. And then last thing that we're going to need, and this you may or may not have, are some electronic candles. Not real candles. Real candles will be very, very dangerous. So you want to get the ones that have like battery operated and they just turn on and they have like a little flicker to them. Super simple. They're cheap. You can get them at the dollar store. I know that. That's where I got all mine. But I'm going to use 3 for this project because I know that the 3 will fit inside of my pickle jar. So, first thing, after you cut your construction paper to size, you're going to go ahead and draw little circles all over your paper. And these are going to be where you're going to want all of your stars. Now, when you look at the sky at night, do you ever see different shapes? Now, those shapes in the sky and the stars, those are called constellations. And stars have different pictures up in the sky and they represent different things. One of them is the Big Dipper. I know a lot of people know about the Big Dipper, and it moves all different directions. It actually starts out one way and it'll start to move depending on what time of the year we're in. And that's just how we rotate around the sun and the moon that we see, and those stars are going to be in different spots throughout the year. So the Big Dipper, I'm going to go ahead and draw on my paper first, and I'll show you how it goes first. So you're going to draw some circle dots. Let me show you. So just a couple little dots. Now I'm going to draw like a little square, because that's kind of like how the spoon is for the Big Dipper. Then we're going to make the handle part go off to the side. And I believe it's 4 or 5 stars that complete it. So this is the Big Dipper. Now I'm going to add in a bunch of stars all the way around it. These stars, however, when I go to do my cutout of it, I'm going to try and make them a little bit bigger. So that way I can really see them inside of my jar. So when I make them bigger, I like to make them a little bit brighter so that way I know those stars are going to be the ones that get punched a little bit bigger. So I'm just going to do a bunch of little itty bitty stars, and I'll show you what it looks like in a second. It's going to look like little white speckles all over my paper. And all right. So do you see all my little white speckles? Might be kind of difficult for you to see. All right, there's the start of our starry night. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to my pen. Now, you want to be really, really careful with this because I don't want you to poke yourself in the fingers. I already did it once because I had to do a test run and I got ink all over my fingers. So if that's something that you don't want, then I would say maybe use a mechanical pencil that keeps the lead inside. That way you're not able to mark on yourself. These are the only things that I knew that I had close to me that was going to create a hole. So I'm going to take my paper and I have my stars. I'm going to try and do this the best that I can that you can see it. So I have my stars, but I'm going to put my fingers behind it to where it kind of, the star sits in between my two fingers. So that way, when I poke my hole, I'm going to do it very gently. I poke an itty bitty little hole in there. So now when I do the big stars, I'm still going to poke a little hole in them, but then I'm going to go back to my colored pencil because it's got a bigger tip, and I'm going to stick that back in there and just kind of push it in a little bit more. I don't want to rip the paper too much. I just want to make that hole a little bit bigger. So you can see the difference in my two sizes of holes. This is a little one and this is a bigger one. The little one, it's only going to show a little bit of light through. This one's going to show more light through. So I'm going to go through real quick and I'm just going to make all my little holes in my paper. And then I will show you when I am done what my paper looks like. And then we're going to go into my bathroom because it's the darkest place in my house because it doesn't have any windows in it. And it's quite bright right now because it's daylight. I'm going to put all my holes in here. I hope you guys are having fun learning about space and all that there is to it. There's so much out there that we don't know about. All right, I'm almost done with my little holes. And then I'm going to go through with my bigger circle. So I poked all my holes in here. And now I'm going to go through and I'm going to poke my holes bigger for my dipper. So that way we can really see them. And if you just give it a little twist, once you get it in that little hole, it'll just make it slide right through. All right. Almost done. Got two more. Last one. All right. Now I'm going to go on the back and I'm just going to kind of fold over these big ones so that way we can really see them and they shine through. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So see how the paper kind of makes it all kind of stand up? So I'm just going to go through and kind of lay it back so that way I can really see in those holes. All right. Once you get all your little holes opened up enough to where you really like it, then with the smooth part going on the outside, we're going to roll it into a circle. Okay, just like that. And now we're going to take our jar and we're going to place this inside of our jar. You can put your hand in there, expand it out a little bit, get it in the spot that you really like it in. Now see my paper? It does match up a little bit of the way, almost perfectly. So I have just a little itty bitty spot right there. All right, so now I got my paper in here. I'm going to turn my candles on so that way you can see the light flickering. See how they're all flickering? All right, now I'm going to put them inside my jar and put the lid on it, and we'll be right back. All right, my friends, I made it into the bathroom. I'm going to turn off the lights now. I got my jar light still on, so let's see how it turned out. Oh, very cool. You can kind of see the designs a little bit on there. You can definitely see it a lot better in person than you can on the video. But oh, how exciting and how cool. So this is the start of our dipper here. And then as I turn it, you can kind of see the handle of the dipper and all the other little stars. very fun craft for you, friends. I hope you had lots of fun, and I hope to see your jars. Anything that you guys make, please show us. We would love to see your artwork. We're giving you all these great ideas. Let's see your beautiful art.